Mickey D on the beat.
Hey guys, good evening and welcome to another episode of the MMA Breakdown Show. I'm your host and fearless leader, Mr. JJM. Of course, tonight I'm very excited because I will be breaking down UFC 298, which is happening this Saturday, Volkanovski versus Tuporia. Excited to talk about each of the matchups. And I will also give you a little bit of insight as to what happened at the UFC Fight Night card last evening, since I wasn't able to get a recap done, due to personal issues, and then I got pressed for time. So, of course, before we start, your discretion. This show is for strict entertainment purposes and should not be used as financial or betting advice. And I also would like to tell you, if you are gonna bet, do your own research and bet responsibly. Also, I'd like to give a quick shout out to all of my channel subscribers and followers. If you have not subscribed to the channel as yet, what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button, hit the post notification bells to be updated on when I post new videos to the channel. And you can also hit like and comment at the bottom. So let's jump into it. I'll start with a quick recap from last night's show. Basically, lots of fraud check-in happened last night. Joe Pyfer, no cardio. Robert Brycecheck, horrible fighter. When a guy that does not have gas tank and miss weight, look horrible on the scales, look horrible in the fight, comes down into your weight class, and you've been chilling everyone, but you're fighting him, and then next thing, boops, he took you to a decision and he beat the shit out of you. So Igor Poteria, good win. Trevin Giles got slept. I know I was on the fence with that one, but I still thought he could have gotten it done. He didn't. Gushkov chinned Pauga, which I did call because, come on, Pauga is shit. I knew this. Apart from that, Johnson got it done because, it's Johnson. I expected that. Everyone was underestimating him, so it's really good that he got the W. And what else am I missing? Well, Daniel Marcos was cruising to a victory, beating the shit out of Ariki Long, and then Ariki Long pulled a bitch move. The fight ended in a no contest. So, that was basically it. I ended 5-7 because I didn't bet the Oki fight because, his original opponent pulled out. So, yeah, I ended 5-7 last night. Don't worry, still trying, going for the comeback this weekend. So let's get into this weekend's card because pretty exciting card. First fight of the night we have Andrea Lee versus Miranda Maverick. I'm picking Miranda Maverick to win. I know a lot of people will be picking Lee because she's the veteran. Both of them veterans, but I don't think Andrea Lee has it anymore. I think at this point she will be cut from the UFC after this fight. Fourth loss. This will be unfortunately for her, and she will be cut. Both of them very good on the ground, and Miranda Maverick will try to initiate the ground games. But I know Andrea Lee, very strong girl, good at grappling, good submissions, and competent on the feet. But I think Miranda Maverick, younger, more experienced, well, in the sense of fighting, I think Andrea Lee is definitely overall the most experienced one in the fight, but I think the youth overpowers the experience in this one, and I picked Miranda Maverick by decision. Right. Next fight in the card we have Oben Elliott versus Val Woodburn. I studied this one carefully because a lot of people are giving Val Woodburn shit because he lost to Bo Nickel. Come on, it's Bo Nickel. That's always going to be a tough debut. Ask the wrestling, and then Bo Nickel knocked him out. Bo Nickel is coming into his own, so I can't knock a guy for that. Val Woodburn is very good. He could grapple. I know he's a little bit on the reckless side in terms of striking, but packs power, and if he lands, this fight can be over. Oben Elliott, I think, is on a 5-fight winning streak. Last time I checked, and a lot of people have him to win, but no, I'm picking Val Woodburn here. I think the second fight, this fight here, is gonna be an opportunity to make it into the UFC full time, and he understands that, and I think he's gonna pull it out. And I'm gonna do you one better, doubling down. I'm gonna call him by knockout to end this fight. So I'm picking Val Woodburn. Next fight on the card, we have Josh Quinlan versus Danny Barlow. Now this one, I'm not gonna call it one-sided because apparently every fight I saw is one-sided for the past 2 weeks have proven me completely wrong. I'm picking Danny Barlow to chin Josh Quinlan. So there's this thing going around with Josh Quinlan where he admitted that he uses steroids and that's why he was winning and whatnot. He doesn't feel confident in the cage, and that contributed to him losing his last fight against Trey Waters, which Trey Waters just, outclassed him. Now you're going to give him Danny Barlow, 7-0 fighter. Great power, tall guy. I believe is an 81-inch reach. Good boxing, good movement, strong hips to stuff takedowns, and Josh Quinlan is not really known for that. You're gonna give him somebody like that. I think Barlow is gonna chin him, and I think Quinlan's taking another L here. So I pick Danny Barlow by knockout, brutal knockout, by the way. Next fight on the card, we have Zhang Ming Yang versus Brenson Ribeiro. I'm picking Zhang Ming Yang. Ribeiro is very good fighter. I have been watching tape on all of these fighters, and he stand out to me. But I just think Zhang is better. On the feet, if it goes to the ground, he can stuff takedowns. Basically, it's just he just have a better all-around game and understanding of the fights and his opponents. I think he's gonna get this done. I also think, I know he does have some submissions, but I think he's gonna get a knockout here in this fight. Ribeiro like this brawling style, whereas he's gonna try to bum rush his opponent, and I think he gets countered, dropped, and finished on the ground. So I'm gonna pick Zhang Ming Yang by knockout. Let's run it up to the next fight. We have Rinya Nakamura versus Carlos Vera. This here is a definition of a one-sided fight. I mean, unless Rinya gets fraud checked, like we've been seeing happening for the start of the year, a lot of prospects getting fraud checked. But I'm picking Rinya Nakamura. I am that confident that this is one of the prospects that is truly high caliber and can make it very far in the bantamweight division. The thing is picking a method of victory, because Rinya Nakamura is good on the ground and he can knock you out. He's just a monster. He's in your face. Mad power for a bantamweight. Good grappling, submission, sweeps. It's just Carlos Vera. Good fighter, solid fighter, but nowhere to the level of Nakamura. Maybe we could be wrong, but we're gonna find out this Saturday. But for now, the official call is Nakamura, and I'm gonna go submission because I think that's where he goes to more. Next fight in the card, we have Marcos Rogerio de Lima versus Justin Tafa. Now I'm picking Justin Tafa to knock Rogerio out. Now, this is where things got weird for me because I see a lot of people now shitting on Tafa or the Tafa brothers. In the last fight night card, I bet against in all of their fights I've bet against the Tafa brothers, right? When it's not a no contest, they end up proving me right. They have mad power and good striking, especially Justin Tafa. I believe he's the oldest, I'm not too sure. Moreover, why I'm so confident in his ability to knock out De Lima De Lima is coming off of a knockout loss to Derek Lewis. I believe it was 30 something seconds flying knee, put him out cold. And then, Mr. Balls was hot. But I think Justin Telford follows up on that, cracks the chin, puts him out. One shot. So I'm going Justin Telford by knockout. Next fight in the card, we have Amanda Lemos versus Mackenzie Dern. I'm picking Mackenzie Dern. I know a lot of people are giving her shit because she just got knocked out by Andrade, but she got reckless in that fight. And I know she regrets that because if she had stuck to her game plan, she could have outclassed, Andrade. But you can't brawl with Andrade and expect not to get knocked the fuck out, and she got knocked the fuck out. Like, cool. Lemos is gonna throw power shots. Good girl, she could grapple. I know that for sure. Good on the ground as well. So, but I think if this fight hits the ground, Mackenzie Dern subs her. So I'm gonna go Mackenzie Dern by submission. Pretty. Not that confident, but I'll go 55-45 in favor of Dern. Next fight in the card, we have Anthony Hernandez versus Roman Kopylov. I'm picking Fluffy to win, Anthony Hernandez. And I say he gets Roman Kopylov down to the ground and he subs him. Now, Roman Kopylov, I don't like this fight. I don't want them to fight so early. I wanted both of them to be built up a little bit more. And Anthony Hernandez was originally scheduled to fight Ikram Aliskirov. I didn't like that fight either. Too early. Because Fluffy is a real prospect in the middleweight division. So is Kopylov, so is Ikram. And I know when they meet at the top, eventually they would have to fight. But I just didn't want it so early, and especially on short notice. But I think Kopylov, definitely. Striking wise, yeah. I know he's working on his wrestling with the Dagestani. That's, in Khabib's area. But I think Hernandez is good, competent in the striking, and definitely better on the ground. And I believe he touches him up, gets him down to the ground, gets the back or grabs an arm, takes something home with him. So for that, I'm going Hernandez by submission. Next fight on the card. This one, I see this as I'm not excited for it, but it's Merab Dvalishvili versus Henry Cejudo. I hope I got his name correct. Not a fan of both of them. Merab has this pressuring grappling style, not that exciting. And then he's clearly the number one contender at bantamweight, but then he didn't want to fight his best friend in Aljamain Sterling. Sterling got KO'd, and then he got passed up. Merab, that is, got passed up for the title shot, and now they're giving it to Cheeto. And, it's a whole mess. Bantamweight, a set of drama queens at the top. But I'm picking Merab to bully Henry Cejudo. Because Triple C, what is he going to do? What, retire after this? That's all he does. If he wins, he gets the title shot. And had he won against Sterling, he would have retired. So I'm glad Sterling beat him. I actually bet against him in that fight as well. But I think Merab is going to push a pace on Cejudo. Don't see him finishing Cejudo, though. Cejudo is very tough. On the feet, I know Cejudo is going to give him problems. But the clinch, I think that's where Merab will, basically scramble for takedowns, gets him down to the ground, and, control him for a decision. Next fight in the card, we have Jeff Neal versus Ian Gary. The pick is Ian Gary. I know everyone hates him, myself included, but you gotta give credit where credit is due. He's a very good fighter, good striker. I don't see him being champion, to be honest, but I do see him going far in the division. Now, Jeff Neal is dangerous. If Jeff Neal lands a clean shot, this fight is over. We all know this, but I see Ian Gary touching him up from distance, and edging out the decision. Definitely going long unless Jeff Neal, lands that shot. So I'm going Ian Gary. Let's run it up. Next fight on the card. We have the Pullout King Paulo Costa versus Robert Whitaker. So this is like the pull out versus the push in. I'm just fucking with you guys. I'm picking Robert Whitaker. That is if Paulo doesn't pull out by Friday, which everyone has money on. Because, you know, he pulled out, I believe, with like what, 6 days left against Kamzat. So it's just depressing. If he pulls out of this one, UFC cut this motherfucker. He's just wasting everyone's time. It's just too much at this point. But I think Reaper gonna touch him up on the feet. I know Paulo Costa is the more physically stronger of the two. Bobby's not gonna try to clinch with him. He's gonna stay more on the outside of his shots, and Costa, he could wrestle and grapple, but he normally likes to brawl. I think Whitaker is gonna avoid those power shots and touch him up, and I definitely see this one going to a decision with Bobby Knox getting his hand raised. Right, so Bobby Knox for the win by decision, and last but definitely not least, we have the main event: Alexander Volkanovski versus Ilia Topuria. I am picking Ilia Topuria on the counts that I think this guy just keeps increasing his game and improving his talent. Like his skills, man, his weapons, he just gets better and better. And I'll do you guys one better. I say he gets it done by KO. Knock out. I think he's knocking out Volkanovski. Volkanovski coming off the KO loss to Makhachev, head kick finish. I know everyone is joking that Ilya is gonna land a head kick and finish him, but no, I think he gets it done with the boxing. I'm telling you, Volkanovski is the GOAT for a reason. Great hands, good boxing, good combinations, grappling. He's strong, short, stocky, but now you're gonna give him a guy that matches him in height, matches him in reach, has the same game plan essentially, but just better boxing, and in terms of grappling, very strong as well, very competent. And everyone's saying Volko, oh, he's that strong, he's that this. Yeah, he's aging. He just got knocked out. All of those are factors I'm looking at. And I cannot look at this from a biased perspective and say, oh yeah, Volko is going to get it done just because, he's Volko. No, no, no. I'm picking Ilia Topuria. I think he gets a knockout. I'm going to call a third or fourth round knockout. Because depending, I see the first round, Volk definitely trying to press. He's not a guy with cardio issues or anything. But I think Ilia downloads the data by round 2. And within round 3 to round 4, he goes to work, lands a big shot. Volko drops to the floor, grounds and pound him, and new. So I'm picking Ilia Topuria to get the victory. So that's basically it, guys. Let me know what you think about my picks down in the comments. Also, guys, as you know, I now started the channel. I'm looking to buy some equipment. So I would like a little donation from everyone. I don't have Cash App or any of those because of restriction in my country, but I have PayPal. So I will attach it to the description in the video. Whatever you can afford, all of my people from the MMA expert sphere as well, from Guyana. If you know me personally, you can just hit me up and I'll come collect. Whatever you can afford, it will be very much appreciated. But let me know what you guys think about my picks tonight. Of course, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to your boy's channel so I can boost the algorithm and start to do some live streams. But that's it from my end this evening. Of course, you guys stay safe until we meet again. This is JJM saying peace.